You're listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast.
We're very serious crafters.
And we craft very serious crafts.
Very serious.
This episode of the Very Serious Crafts podcast is brought to you by Barocco Yarn.
Hello, and welcome to the very spooky episode 13 of the Very Serious Crafts podcast. I'm Zombie Mollie from Wild Olive.
And I'm Ghost Haley from Red Handled Scissors.
And over here, I am Franken Heidi from Hands Occupied. Today we'll be talking about handmade costumes and all things Halloween!
And for Very Serious Crafts podcast fans that are not yet beyond the veil, pretty please leave us a 5-star rating on whichever platform you use to listen to podcasts. Good ratings help us show up in recommendations, which helps more people who love crafting to find us.
Thank you.
How we doing, guys?
Not too bad.
Haley is currently, for people who are listening to us, which is all of you, she's sitting here on our video chat, kind of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons / Evil Genius, wiggling her fingers at us while she's wearing purple latex-free gloves. Totally normal.
Totally.
I need the moisturizer on my hands to stay on there so I can cross-stitch for 12 hours after we record. There's a method to my madness. I am not just... Okay, never mind. I am just creepy. But also there's a reason.
She puts the lotion on her skin.
Oh my
Crafter
God.
problems.
At least it's not in the basket.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the reason that I'm wearing these delightful purple gloves that make my flaily hand movements really distracting on our video chat is because I've been sitting on my couch stitching projects on a deadline for the past week straight, and it will continue for the next 3. So it really matters that my hands actually are functional and like don't bleed all over fabric, which, you know, can happen when you wash your hands a bunch of times so you don't leave oil on fabric. It's a thing. Mm-hmm. My apartment, though, is getting into the Halloween spirit just a little bit, with heavy emphasis on spirit, because as I've been sitting on my couch, I keep hearing the sounds of cats, like, hopping onto my work table, and it's a very distinct noise, because there's a cutting mat on my work table, and, I mean, it's a noise I've heard a lot, and it keeps happening, except that my actual cat is curled up sleeping next to me.
Ooh.
And so this has, so this has been happening all day, every day, for about the past week, and it culminated in, you know, like the cardboard scratchy pads that cats have? It culminated in that sound, and we have a vertical cardboard scratch pad in the same room that I'm stitching in. And I truly thought that my cat had gotten up and gone over to scratch the thing. Nothing there except a pile of, like, the cardboard shavings on the ground in front of this thing. So I'm having some ghost cat happening in my apartment right now while I'm working on this deadline.
If you're going to have a ghost cat is probably one of your better options.
I mean, it's fine. It's just really clear sounds that one assumes are just your cat milling about become a lot more sinister when your cat is sleeping next to you.
Oh, I'm sure.
So yeah, yay, a Halloween spirit of Haley's apartment.
There you go.
And I'm completely serious, by the way. These are things that are happening.
We believe you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sure, Haley. Uh-huh. Well, I don't have a story that's quite as spooky, but the one thing I will say to put a little bow on my when I told you guys about the dress I actually successfully made leading up to my trip to meet my little niece. Yes. I ended up holding a baby most of the time for like 3 days. So I didn't wear the dress once. It literally got hung up in my room and sat there. And I wore jeans and like t-shirts that could get barfed on instead.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
But at least the dress is made.
Yeah, it is made. And I guess the Halloween tie-in to this story is that my niece, because she's an infant, projectile vomited like what's it? Not poltergeist.
Yes, it
Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So she barfed like that a lot, but she's cute.
Was it green?
No, she's just a formula baby still. So just
okay.
Just hot
Run of the mill
cream color.
white projectile vomit.
Yeah, and it's got that classic formula smell. If you guys really want me to paint a picture for you.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's delicious.
Yeah. So scary enough for you guys?
I mean, a little terrifying, yeah. I mean, none of us are parents, so I feel like that brings special levels of, nope.
My latest thing is not spooky. It's not gross barfy, but I find it to be a little bit scary. So I'm going to show you all on the video chat this little treasure that my mother gave.
So we had some ghostly activity here.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did have just a little bit of an interesting situation. We just had to restart recording because apparently the subject of my topic is interfering with our recording today. Because today I would like to share with you briefly a little doll that my mother gave to me that we have had sitting in our house for a long time. And I'd like to start by saying it's really sweet and adorable, and I love it to pieces, and I would never think of
That's right, say nice things, Mollie.
So I have this little doll, and it's about 2.5 or 3 inches tall, and it's old. I don't know how old it is, but it's made of like maybe like a cellulose type of material.
It's just pockmarked.
Yeah. It's a little plastic doll. It's fully hinged, or maybe it's unhinged. It has a completely hand crocheted dress with frills and a bonnet and socks and underpants. And that in itself would not be scary. But the part that is a little bit scary is that over time, something happened to this poor doll and its face is all scrunched in, and now it's looking pouty and judgy and not so friendly and nice. And
like it wants to stop recording.
And like it wants to stop the recording, and it's still recording, so I'm going to be really gentle here. But I've been, what I said last time right before the recording
was possessed.
I was trying to decide if I should keep this handmade object because somebody spent a lot of time on it, or if I should get rid of it because it's looking at me all scary. And I was going to put it to a vote as to what I should do with it. And I'm just trying to hang in there that I'm watching my recording and it's still going. So apparently it liked the nice things I said about it. But I'm going to turn it away from me now so that it's still watching me. Okay, we're just moving it out of the way. That's my scary thing.
You might turn it away, but it's going to be looking at you again in 5 seconds.
It's out of my view entirely at this point, but that was weird, you guys.
Yeah,
that was
and
weird.
This is all legit BTW for our listeners.
Yeah.
We really did have to stop recording.
Yeah, due to a possible haunted doll situation.
It was weird.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
I honestly was going to just talk about it as, this is a little bit scary because, and hey, we're having a Halloween episode. And then that happened. And I don't really get into the whole paranormal activity. That's not my jam, but that was really weird. So
Yeah, you don't mess with
It's
pentagons.
super weird.
exactly.
Sorry.
It's never going to die. Never. So
It was too good. Yeah.
let's jump into
Well,
this.
So let's talk about something a little bit more wholesome in terms
Yes.
of Halloween. Let's do that.
I like
so
wholesome Halloween.
I would say I think most crafters that I can think of have fond memories of Halloween as a child because it was an opportunity to make things or to have a parent make things in a lot of cases. I'm
Yes.
sure all of our parents.
A not so crafty parent makes
Yeah.
things sometimes.
I have a hunch all of the fond memories that we have about our childhood costumes might be a little bit less fond from the parents' perspective.
Yeah. I think my mom
maybe.
enjoyed it. My mom is more of a crafter, so she probably liked it. Yeah, actually she did. We'll get into that.
I have vivid memories of my mom working on there was this set of costumes she made because you got to remember, I grew up literally in Fargo, like the movie Fargo, North Dakota. So it's really, especially back in the 90s, it was really like a toss of the coin whether or not Halloween would be snow pants weather or normal costume weather.
Yes.
Oh yeah, same for the part of Michigan I grew up
Yep.
in.
Yeah.
Chicago, same thing.
Yeah, like sometimes there's snow, sometimes there's not. There's actually a photo of me dressed as a princess one year, but I have a full snowsuit with like overall snow pants and a coat on, and like the princess dress is just like looks like bands of like stomach rolls
Like
all the way
bursting out.
down. And I have
Relatable.
giant mittens on. And I'm sure I went to a door being like, I'm a pretty frickin' princess. And the people answering the doors were like, sure, Blondie, sure.
I mean, everybody else looked like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rainbow Bright was the year that of my childhood that ended in snow pants,
Yeah.
which worked weirdly.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I don't know that I don't think I ever actually had to do the snow pants, but there were always coats over costumes covering what you were. It's terrible.
yeah.
I hated that.
And to address it, there was one year my mom found this pattern, which I'm sure at Joann's, because that was the only store we went to growing up, because it was the one that was in Fargo, to my memory. And my mom had found this really cute pattern for an elephant costume and a pig costume, but it was just like accessory pieces, and they were all made out of felt. So for the pig one, it was how to make a little pig snout with an elastic, and then 2 little pig ears, and then these mitten things that were like very squarish, and they had little hooves, like little like arcs for hooves.
My mom made that.
And it would fit over our mittens. So that, I think,
I'm having this weird flashback.
if it's the same pattern, that would rule.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, it would.
I'm having this super weird flashback of like a headband with ears and the way the elastic felt on my face.
And it would get full of boogers because it was on your nose and it was cold. And my mom made a pig one and an elephant one because I have a little brother. And I can't tell if she just was like, these are cute and I want to make stuff with felt. Because it was a lot of like applique and hand sewing, I think, and like seaming.
we had cow and pig.
Okay.
Cow and pig.
Yeah, my brother was really into elephants, and the trunk I remember was really cute because it was little because it had to fit off a kid's face and it had big ears. I think I guarantee you she found those and was like, well, worst case it'll be in the dress up box, but also if it's cold as heck, I'll throw on a pink t-shirt of mine and tell the kid they're a pig, or a gray t-shirt and tell them they're an elephant, and we can move on when it's like well below freezing on Halloween.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Well, so my mom loved making costumes, and I definitely had a lot of handmade costumes through the years, including like well into my middle school years, and I was very happy to still wear costumes.
And you're the oldest, right?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
same.
I never stopped wearing costumes.
Yeah, but you know, like when your friends are maybe thinking it's not so cool to dress as a Disney princess, I was still there.
Yeah.
But yes, so
I was a goth kid, so it was fine.
yeah. No, my mom made me, it was probably my mom and my grandma together, sewed me a Belle costume one year from Beauty and the Beast, and then a Jasmine costume, which I very begrudgingly wore a bodysuit under because I probably wasn't allowed to be exposing my entire midriff and my arms, but also B, it would have been so cold. So that was for the best.
Yeah.
But no, actually, so speaking of like the handmade felt costumes, setting this up, my dad had this thing that he was doing for work at Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. And every year at Brookfield Zoo, they do this thing called Boo at the Zoo, where you go and they do Halloween stuff at the zoo.
Oh, we had that at the zoo where I grew up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
it was called Zoo Boo.
Yeah. And so my mom wanted us to be my little sister and I, who was a baby at the time, like she was strapped to my mom. She wanted us to have animal themed costumes because Boo at the zoo. And for my sister, she made just like this little cap kind of a thing that was like a bird or a chicken or something like that. Because that's all you could see of her, really. She was all strapped and bundled in on my mom. And then she made for me this felt bird costume. And it was elaborate, like blue with all of these felt feathers down the front of it, all like layered. And then a whole like headpiece that like went like a hood that strapped on and it had like feathers and stuff on it. And the only problem is I hate birds. Like still now.
Oh no!
Now I'm okay with things with birds on it, but like I don't like going near birds. Like no. When you go to the zoo, there's a point in this one display where you can choose: do you want to go to the monkeys or do you want to go to the birds? And the idea of walking through the bird area dressed as a bird was just absolutely horrifying to me. I don't know how she convinced me that this is what I should be. She has things like where, oh yes, you really liked the costume. I don't remember choosing this costume at all. But there I was as a bird. It was a beautiful costume.
So the put a bird on it trend wasn't so good for you.
No, I was not keen on that. I was.
How old were you?
8.
Okay.
Because it was
I bet
just
it was
after
really
my sister was
cute.
born. Oh, it was. It was absolutely.
Oh, sounds cool.
She did a wonderful job, and the costume might even still exist here somewhere. I have no idea. But no, I don't like birds, and I was a bird. Which sometimes now I
think you should dig that costume out because I want to see it.
Yeah. Maybe I can find a picture at the very least. So I'll do what I can do.
You want to know what? I just had a flash of like realization as an adult about the elephant and pig costumes and like the parents' role in dealing with the kid on Halloween. Like I have so many friends with little kids now, and they're always like, my kid wants to dress up in July, and he or she can't understand why they can't dress up. And then there's this other issue of the kids constantly changing their mind. I bet you my mom was a super genius and was like, I'm making these dang costumes because if these kids pitch a fit and we need to go trick or treat, we got options. I bet you that's what happened. And I bet you that princess costume was that same BS on my part as like a 5-year-old.
That's so funny.
The costume mind changing is a big thing. Also, I always think of like, around this time of year, you start seeing the costume ideas online for DIY costumes, and they're really, really cute. But they're really cute if you are an adult dressing up a child, whereas odds are the kid didn't suddenly say, Mom, I really want to be a cactus for Halloween. No, I don't see children asking to be that. And so then I have those flashbacks too. There's no way I asked to be a bird, right? Like, no, I don't know. I mean, those costumes are really adorable, funny. But no, 3-year-olds aren't asking to be cacti.
No.
No, I'm fairly certain that I was largely in control of what I was dressing up as from a very young age.
Also, that's very on brand for you, Haley.
It is. But my mom remembers the point at which I put my foot down about daily clothes and what I was and was not going to wear. And she said that I humored her until kindergarten. And then I was over it. I was no longer going to wear pink and lavender. But she said it was clear that I was humoring her until that point.
That sounds about right.
And so, and so my favorite Halloween costume when I was a little kid, I think I was 3 or 4. I can't really remember, but this costume existed in the top drawer of my dresser. Like, it might even still exist in the top drawer of my childhood dresser. It was this Wonder Woman costume that my mom made me. I believe it's cardboard and tinfoil.
Cute.
And she did, like, the whole crown and the wristbands, and I think there was a belt, and I'm quite certain there was also, like, a leotard and stuff that went with it. But that costume was... It must have taken her forever, because I'm pretty sure I didn't decide that it was special and needed to be kept and not, like, damaged in any way, because it was cardboard.
Yeah.
But it was pristine the last time I saw it.
I love
Still. And so I'm guessing that my mom must have spent forever on it and was like, and we will not be ruining this. Which I was the correct kid to tell that to, so the costume survived. But I loved this costume. And every time I would open my drawer growing up and see it nestled in with the other things that were special in my top dresser drawer, I would get so excited. And every once in a while, like, even into high school, I would, like, put the armbands on because my wrists are like chicken wrists, so they never got much bigger. And I would just come out and, like, do the cross arms thing with the wristbands at my mother and then go put them away. And so it was my favorite, and I'm sure that pictures exist, and I'm going to have to ask my mom to dig them out, because, I mean, anybody who anyone who doesn't know what I look like, I don't really look much different than I did then. But same hair and everything. But I have dark hair, and this was the 80s, so it was like the original Wonder Woman TV show
the best
era. And
yes.
So I certainly looked the part, and it was my favorite.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it.
I should jump in and quickly say we're going to have to not only put these in the show notes, but I'll make a point of putting all the cute little, all 3 of us in our little costumes on Instagram for everything we can find, because I think that's going to be cute as heck.
Oh my gosh, yes, I hope my mom
can
find it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can dig out as many good photos as possible.
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
I know for a fact there's a really cute picture of me when I think it was before my brother was around, so I would have had to have been 2 or maybe 3. No, I would have been 2 because I turned 3 right before my brother was born, and he was born in July, and this was a Halloween picture. Anyway, so I am wearing just about the only store-bought costume I can remember, because my parents are like, these are crappy and they're really expensive, and I grew up in all hand-me-downs. Yeah, and I grew up in all hand-me-downs, except for like 1 or 2 total outfits a year. And this costume my parents would have bought when I was very small. And this photo, I'm wearing the costume. It's a mouse costume. And so it's like a onesie with mouse ears that are fabric and like even kind of a widow's peak shape around the face. So all you see is the little face.
Cute.
And, but the pièce de résistance, I have terrible French pronunciation, was that the costume also came with this overlay piece that was Swiss cheese. So it was like a little like a sandwich board type thing, but there were seams on the side, and it was Swiss cheese with holes in it, and it was yellow. And so you'd wear it over the mouse costumes, and you were a mouse and a cheese.
That's so adorable.
Oh my gosh.
And I also think that this cheese could be very easily DIY'd. You wouldn't even have to necessarily sew.
That was exactly what I was thinking. As you were telling, I was like,
you could felt on on some particle board.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
And the cutest thing about this costume...
Particle board is not what that is called.
Foam core?
Foam core.
Yeah.
There we go.
Or cardboard even. But the cutest thing was that this costume, I mean, we wore this thing till it was destroyed. Because it was in our dress-up box, too. Because where else would you put all the costumes? And there was one year that I think it got cold, and my brother was pretty little, so he wore the onesie mouse costume over his, like, clothes, because I think it was a little big for him. So he went as the mouse, and I went as the cheese.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know if
That's
there's a
adorable.
photo of that. There probably is somewhere, but that's probably, like, my favorite, like, sibling costume that I can...
Yeah.
It's the only one I can think of, and it's real cute.
Oh, that is really cute.
Yeah, we always had sibling costumes. I have lists of sibling costumes, including the Powerpuff Girls and Mojo Jojo, which was so fun. But no,
Wait, wasn't that recent? Because I sort of feel like I remember you talking about it.
I've talked about it, but it was probably still at least 15 years ago. Recent enough.
Oh, okay.
I was
Then maybe you were just talking about it on the internet. or something.
yeah. No, but probably
That's
one
cute.
of the more impressive things that I remember probably my grandma making was I went as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and that was a store-bought costume that came with little red stickers that you put on your shoes to make them into ruby red slippers. But then my grandma helped make for my sister.
That is amazing.
Yeah, my dad did those for me.
That's so smart.
But my little sister then went as the lion, and it was a yellow sweatsuit with a hood, and she added yarn fringe around the hood. And it was super loopy and beautiful, and it took her forever. I don't know why it took that long. I don't know exactly what the process was for adding it, but I remember that being a very special costume. And I think for my mom, she always wanted us to have special Halloween costumes because she did not have that as a child. Her options were you could go as a hobo or a gypsy sometimes with, these are like items you might have around to like just dress up.
That's offensive.
Yeah.
And very
yeah.
on brand for Halloween of our parents' era.
I was going to say it was,
Yes.
it was absolutely, it was the 1950s, or
Oh, yeah,
a
totally.
scarecrow, which she says somewhere there's a photo of her with her arms outstretched because they actually put a pole through the shirt so that she was, but they were just, and she was like, these are your options. Like that was it. Choose, figure out something to just dress up with the stuff that's around here because we're not making anything or buying anything.
Yeah. In the 50s, wasn't it like those options plus like cowboy cowgirl?
Oh, there were masks, like witch masks.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
like cowboy cowgirl and like Native American. Right? I feel like I read that.
And bedsheet ghost,
And
Yes.
bedsheet ghost.
which I just found my bedsheet ghost costume. I was helping my mom clean out the basement, I guess last summer, and found my bedsheet ghost costume in the Punky Brewster boot box that it lived in, and pulled it out, and it was rough, I gotta tell you. I'm sure that it was cute at the time, but it was deeply creepy looking.
Yeah.
And I assumed that I had been eating candy through the I don't even know. I'm not sure why.
Was it chocolate?
I don't know.
Okay.
What was there. And I'm not entirely sure because I didn't grow up with siblings. I have a stepsister, but she was already a teenager when my dad and my stepmom got married, so I didn't grow up with any siblings. And I'm not sure why this costume was kept. I assume that I'm also not really clear on whether or not my mom made it or whether I did, given the non-circular nature of the eyes and mouth. I expect that maybe I did it, and I'm not really sure. I mean, that Punky Brewster boot box has got to be 1988 or 89.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure, but I just found it, and it was both delightful and utterly horrifying. to find like 30-something years later.
Yeah. It's very Charlie Brown Halloween, which I like.
Yeah.
But also,
I'm sure it was cute at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how old I was, but I'm sure it was cute at the time.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness. I love these stories. Good memories. All right. So before we continue our discussion on Halloween things, we are going to pause, and Heidi has a special word from this episode's sponsor.
Thanks, Mollie. Barocco yarns are known for their quality and affordability. At its heart, Barocco is a design company that makes yarn, and it shows in the beautiful knitting and crochet patterns and pattern books. Find out more at barocco.com.
Thank you.
All right, so the last kind of top 3 story I have of Halloween costumes as a child involves the only time I was ever sent to the principal's office. Ever.
Well, we should have a conversation about that at some point, because I've got one too involving hair dye.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled, so...
And my mother.
I was homeschooled, so being sent to the principal's office was probably just like, go talk to your father.
A very different thing.
Very different.
Anyway, so Heidi, what did you do?
Well, I rolled up to school in 8th grade on like the day that you would observe Halloween. It probably was Halloween Day. And I was in 8th grade, and I decided that year to dress as Minnie Mouse. And I myself, I found this red fabric with white polka dots. I sewed a little skirt with an elastic waist, and I made a little bow, and I did that all on my sewing machine, and I wore like stretch pants and a turtleneck. And I had some gloves that worked for Minnie's hands. And then for the ears, I took a headband and attached with like wire, actually I think it was twist ties, attached 2 mouse ears to it that I had made out of recycled like sour cream lids that I colored in with Sharpie. I thought I was being all creative.
That
You
sounds
were.
cute.
Also,
You were.
I also think that it was a subtle enough costume that I could use it for Disney bounding, which is when you like sort of dress up like a character, but like Disneyland I guess doesn't let people full on cosplay. I think it's like a safety issue, but this was subtle enough. Like it's literally just a elastic waist skirt and a turtleneck and stretch pants and a headband that I could get away with wearing this into Disney in 2018. I still have it in my very studio. But apparently I had full-on missed the actual intercom announcement that said no one was to wear costumes because we were apparently too old for it, which is total I don't even care that I'm going to get sweared. I don't even care about getting bleeped again. I was dressed as Minnie freaking Mouse. Like, come on. And I think, and like the way I was called into the principal's office was like, we were walking into school and I was like, I wonder why no one else is wearing costumes. I don't care. I made this. This is fun. And the principal came up to me and was like, hey, can I talk to you? And I had never spoken to the man ever because, let's be real, I had a 4.0 plus GPA and had never been in trouble ever.
Same.
And so I get called in and I'm like freaking out, but I was just getting old enough and turning into enough of a teen that I was trying to be all cool. And I was like, well, this is not much of a costume. And while I'm internally freaking out, I'm just trying to be all cool and like, this isn't much of a costume. I'll just take off the headband and gloves. And is that sufficient for you? Like, I got all mouthy.
Oh, teen attitude Heidi.
Yeah. And I didn't get in trouble. I think it was more the point that the principal wanted to show that he would even take the good kid into the office.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
But also, like, screw that guy. Art wasn't that great in my school anyway.
I don't know if art was good in my school. I never took art.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm still clearly like, why?
You're
like,
a little mad about
yeah,
that.
like, don't mess with me. I did nothing wrong.
I'm just trying to imagine what I would have worn in high school if we weren't allowed technically to dress up for Halloween. Mm-hmm. Because, like, Halloween was every day for me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying, like, what would I have worn?
You would have worn normal clothes, and it would have been like a costume for you.
But I didn't own any.
Actually, come to think of it, the year that I did this, I think this was the year that I think it was like the main puberty transition year for me. Like I was menstruating. I was pissed. I was 13 and 8th grade sucks for everybody. There's a whole movie about it now. And that was the year that I decided I was sick of being invisible. And so almost every day I would come in with a new basically costume that I would wear, and I would dress up. I kind of forgot about this. I would dress up as all the different cliques. So there was one day I went as a goth. There was another day I went as like a popular kid.
Awesome.
I kind of love it.
And I know that everybody was like, ooh, Heidi went to the principal's office. But people who I was friends with, and actually more even acquaintances with, because my class was 500 students, they were even like, but you dress up every day. Why does he care? And I was like, my point entirely.
Oh, Heidi.
Anyway.
You are my favorite.
Anyway.
Minnie Mouse breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
So scary. But speaking of scariness, let's talk for a moment about something truly frightening.
Go on.
And that is...
Is it dolls?
Shh, it's listening. Sorry. No, this is a thing that happens when you are a crafter and a sewer or a sewist, and or a knitter or anything that might require buying craft supplies in the month of October. And you go to your local Joann, and you really just need to buy like a quarter yard of fabric to finish the project that you have due. Or you'd like to, maybe buy some interfacing because you're just making something normally. And the cutting counter is
it's just like the Hunger Games.
Yes, it's just there's like 50 people in line and none of them have ever made a thing before. And they're like, you can see the panic in their eyes. They're terrified of what's about to happen. And they're trying to like buy all these fabrics that I don't want to sew with, and I sew all the time. And they're going to suddenly make a princess costume or a mermaid or a knight or whatever it is. And
the sequins.
Yeah, and they're asking all these questions, and I feel terrible for them, but also I kind of would like them to get out of the way so that I could just get my little piece of fabric cut and I could go home.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible saying that because you never know. A new crafter could be born out of this, but it's scary there.
So I feel like whenever I'm in that line in usually October trying to buy fabric, it's also a whole bunch of people who feel like they are very entitled to not waiting in that line. And it's always people who seem like they're about to blurt, "Where's the manager?" And the level
that face.
And the level of negativity that they're trying to like pee into your ear in stereo is not something I need in my life.
No, they definitely they can often think they're very special because they're making a thing, and as though they are the only people who have ever needed or wanted to make a thing.
Yeah. How close to Halloween have you ever tried to buy fabric at a Joann's?
Oh,
I've done it the week of Halloween.
Same.
No,
it's the
Mollie,
worst.
No.
And what happens is I have to have something for a project that obviously isn't Halloween.
For your job.
For my job. I'm probably making Christmas stuff or Valentine's Day at that point.
Yeah.
And I go, I really have to go pick this up. And I walk into the store and I forget that, there's still people crafting for Halloween. And I walk in and I go, oh no. And I can't do anything about it. I have to have the thing. And not only is the cutting counter scary, but the the checkout is terrible as well. And yeah.
Well, just the disarray of the entire fabric area.
Yeah.
Like sequins hanging over a dress form. Like it's
a mess.
It is.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. It's like the biggest thing I can equate it to is like when I was a librarian, whenever like it's the last week of summer reading and like the library circulation's through the roof, where people are getting their last books for their Labor Day vacation, and the like reshelf carts are just stacked because there's not enough bodies because your own staff's taking vacation and there's no one to put them away, and then you get people who are freaking out because their hold's like somewhere, and you're like, I'm sorry. Do you not see that there's 3 people working?
Yeah.
Because that's how it is at Joann's. I feel so bad for that staff.
I do. I was a shelver at a library, and I know exactly that feeling you're talking about. It is. Yeah. It's very scary. But yeah, I do. I feel bad for the Joann people. I always try when I finally do.
They need to hire temp holiday help.
They do.
For Halloween.
Halloween help.
Specifically.
They do, and then they don't know how to craft sometimes.
That's true. But when I finally make it to the cutting counter on those days, I try to give extra grace to those people and just be really friendly and say, I'm so sorry that it's so busy today. I hope that it gets better. Do you get to go home? So I make a point to be especially caring in those moments because I feel
me
so
too,
bad for them.
because it sucks to be customer service during those times. I have done that. It's not a fun job.
Yeah.
Especially if you get on the tail end of somebody who's just kind of been pretty salty with them. Mm-hmm. I'm always like, I'm really sorry. I can tell you exactly what I need, and we don't even have to talk if you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh,
give them extra love and grace. They need it.
Maybe even pray for them if that's your thing, too.
Yeah.
Maybe for real.
Maybe pray for all of the people who are gathered around at that time.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
That is so funny.
How about you, Haley? What you got that's kind of spooky Halloween fun that's not scary cutting counter stories? Please tell me you got good stuff.
Okay, I can wrap this up with something heartwarming.
Good. Good.
So when we were talking about all of the kids' costumes and just bringing back memories of Halloween past, I was reminded of how we ended every Halloween night when I was growing up. And so my dad's mom, my grandma on that side, lived on a farm, sort of in the middle of nowhere, and every Halloween night, everyone in like the surrounding neighbor farms and also my immediate family, so my dad and his brothers and their kids, and so like all of the young cousins and stuff all ended up at my grandmother's house at the end of the night in our costumes. And my grandmother would make like this huge vat of homemade soup and would also put together like little gift bags for all of the kids and do this big like paper Halloween decorated front room for all of the kids.
Oh, cool.
And like a little mini haunted house on her front porch, and like it was all like paper decorations and stuff like that.
That's really cute.
And and there's this tiny German woman stirring this cauldron of soup in a house in the middle of the woods, and everyone would come. And sometimes there is like even stuff like bobbing for apples. Like it was very cute and very wholesome.
I love it.
Yeah, like it was just grossly wholesome. But it just made me think of that, and that is not a thing that really happens in our family anymore because my grandmother now lives in an assisted living place, and so it's just not quite there. But it was nice to go to the farm every Halloween night and just sort of end it on spooky and wholesome.
I love that.
I like that.
And you
That's
always
really
have
cool.
those cool memories, and yeah, I like that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only a little bit crafty, but it seems fitting.
It's perfect.
And on that very wholesome note, Heidi, did you want to wrap us up with a word from our sponsor?
Sure thing, Haley. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Barocco Yarn. Visit Barocco.com, that's BERROCO.com, to find beautiful yarn, patterns, inspiration, and more. And if you would like to sponsor the Very Serious Crafts podcast, please visit veryseriouscrafts.com and click sponsor. Thank you in advance.
Hooray!
Yay, thank you. Oh,
Our recording was
Friends?
a little haunted, but we did it.
we did.
All right.
And I kept recording the whole time, so there we are.
Yay!
I mean, that's good, but let's wait till you save it.
yeah,
That's
all I'm
right.
saying.
Okay.
All right. We love you, creepy doll.
Yes, and thank you everyone for listening. Have a great week.
A spooky week.
A spooky week.
And Godspeed if you're headed to Joanne's.
Yes.
True.
Be careful out there.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Loved this episode of the Very Serious Crafts podcast? Head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It's very much appreciated.